You're in Braves country. You're in Braves country.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones, Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider, the quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez, Javi to B-Mac, Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog, he won 355, could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking, the top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy, the big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35. The Great 44, or 755. And old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Line Up for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes?
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub call. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it. The fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallant.
This time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA. Before we get going here, last night's post-game interview with Austin Riley. They interviewed Acuna later, but there was so much noise in the background along with his interpreter, and he had his kid at the stand. It was total chaos. You never could have made heads or tail of it via audio. So here's Austin Riley after his big sac fly that won the game.
Austin, a big spot there in the bottom of the 10th. You jump on the first pitch. What was your approach walking to the plate?
You know, he had thrown 4 changeups in a row to Matty, you know, for balls, and I was just like, hey, there's a good chance he's going to kind of come at me, you know, sinker. I was just trying to get something up in the air, out over. I was able to do it. That was a big win.
Take me back to the bottom of the 8th inning. Marcelo's in up there, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I mean, how big is that swing?
That's huge. You know, me and Matty had opportunities there and couldn't get it done, but, you know, that's why I love playing baseball, why I love a team sport. You know, he picked us up. You know, hopefully it's just momentum, you know, carry the rest of the series.
And can you describe the emotion from Ronald's big catch, Reisel's scoreless 10th, and then the moment you guys all celebrate in the field? What did the last 3 innings feel like in that dugout?
Yeah, it was huge. Guys that you know, have been here for a while and have stepped up, you know, did that tonight. That what a catch by Ronnie. You know, big confidence boost for Reisel right there, and I'm fired up.
Another great part about baseball is you can come out and play tomorrow, right?
I love it. Let's do it again.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. And if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. The New York Mets were late getting their lineup in, so we'll go over it as the game goes on. On the mound for the New York Metropolitans, Paul Blackburn. He's got a 6.75 ERA, no record, 1.71 whip, 9 innings, 14 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, no home run served. He'll be going head-to-head with the conductor. Chris Sale is 4-4 with a 2.79 ERA and a 1.21 whip, 80 innings, 107 strikeouts versus 73 hits, 25 walks, 7 home runs given up. Leading off and playing right field for your Atlanta Braves, batting .392 with 7 home runs and 13 RBI, a stolen base, and let's face it, a hell of a Gold Glove. It's Ronald Acuna Jr. He'll be followed by Dr. Doogie, Alex Verdugo, is batting second and playing left. 11 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .258. Batting third, playing third, Austin Riley. 11 home runs, 37 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .277. Batting cleanup, playing first, Matt Olson. 14 home runs, 44 RBI, a .247 average. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 11 home runs, 38 RBI, a .257 clip. Batting sixth, and behind home plate, it's the Drake. Drake Baldwin has 7 home runs, 19 RBI, batting .285. Batting seventh, playing second, Ozzie Albies. 6 home runs, 25 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .223. Batting eighth and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. He has 6 home runs, 41 RBI, 10 stolen bases, batting .232. Batting ninth, playing short, Nick Allen. A .225 average, 13 RBI, 6 stolen bases. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Edwin Jimenez. Your first base umpire, Paul Clemens. Second base will be manned by Ramon De Jesus. And down the third base line, it's Quentin Walcott. Game time temperatures here at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia, 85 degrees at first pitch, with the wind blowing in at about 7 miles an hour from right to left. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 185 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Chris Sale's strikeout number tonight, 7.5. Blackburn, 3.5. Our pick to click tonight, there's not a ton of Atlanta Braves that have seen Blackburn much, considering he spent most of his career with the Oakland Athletics. Should be noted, Verdugo is batting .300 with an .800 OPS. But we're going to take Austin Riley. He has 2 at-bats and 2 hits. Hopefully that fly ball walk-off last night helps him get out of his shell. Ozzie Albies is 1 for 2 lifetime, but he has been on the struggle bus all year long, so we steer clear of that. Keys to the game tonight. First things first, let's go over the lineup. I think I like this one tonight. I just wish they would be a little more consistent. The guys who are struggling, guys like Ozzie, it's hard for them to get settled in when you keep moving them up and down in the lineup. Your roles change where you are in the lineup. I think a lot of folks don't understand that, but it factors into their mindset when they go to the plate. Leave Ozzie down there at the 7 hole, and you can flip-flop Baldwin and Murphy out every time, and you can flip-flop Verdugo and Eli. Eventually, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have Jerks and Profar up there at the 2 spot. I don't hate having Riley to Olson to Ozuna. I think it works out well. And even when you got Riley coming in that 3 spot to Olson in the 4 and Ozuna in the 5th, Baldwin being in that 6th spot, you can put Smurf there. You don't have to keep flip-flopping Ozzie. Leave him at the 7 hole and let him be. Some of his best offensive years have been in the bottom part of that lineup. And you see it every time they try to move him up in the order, it just ends badly. He's not a guy who hits for a ton of power. Although he's had some decent power a number of years, that's not really his game. His game has got to be to move the guys along, and he does so much better when there are ducks on the pond. When he goes up there by himself, he starts swinging for the gates, and that's where we get in trouble. Harris down there in the 8th spot, that's perfect. And there's not a lot you can do with Allen. You got to pretty much put him in the 9 hole. If you want to flip-flop Harris and Allen, I'm okay with that. But the one thing that Allen does give you at that number 9 spot, first of all, it's speed in front of Acuna, but also he's pretty good at working his way aboard via the walk. He's got a low batting average and terrible power numbers, but he did it last night where he works his way aboard for the walk and it can start a rally. And if you got guys lined up and he comes up, Nick Allen can handle the bat and move him along via the bunt. Now to the pitching. Chris Sale, he's seen a lot of these Mets a handful of times. The guys who have hit him the best, Francisco Lindor in 34 at-bats is hitting .412 with 2 home runs. So we got to keep the ball away from him. But outside of that, he's been pretty darn good. Jeff McNeil is 3 for 6 lifetime, and Juan Soto is 1 for 7, but he does have a home run. Just Lindor and Soto have home runs against Chris Sale. Chris Sale, if he pitches the way he's been pitching the last handful of times out, we should be just fine. The Braves should put some runs on the board on Blackburn, and it's time for them to start backing up the good pitching they've been getting. Those outings like we had on Sunday, where Grant Holmes goes out and fires 15 Ks but gets no run support, that's got to come to an end. You don't have to put up a ton of runs when Sale's on the mound. Just give him something. We give him a 2-3, heck, a 4-run lead, and it's almost lights out. Blackburn is a ground ball pitcher, so we're going to have to put some hits together. He doesn't typically give up the long ball throughout his career, but do the little things right, and the Braves will get this win and win the series. Get them on, get them over, get them in. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win this one 5-1, which would give us our third consecutive series in a row that we walk away with the series victory. And with a possible sweep on deck tomorrow night, you might really see this team take off. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves Country.
Good evening, Braves Country. We're going to get 2 in a row on the Mets. I like our chances. Chris Sale on the mound. It's always a beautiful day when you wake up and you realize it's Chris Sale Day. I got my lucky Chris Sale t-shirt on, the Jersey, as they are called, and it's ready, locked and loaded, and hopefully he is too. And his conductor emoji is signed in for duty, and hopefully that duty is spelled with a U-T-Y and not a O-O-D-I-E. When you say duty, you never know what they're meaning. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's go all the way back. We'll go about 15 minutes back. Where are we at? 7:08, so let's get rocking in here. Good to see you, Joyce, all the way down in Mexico. Joyce Robledo, good to see you. Good to see you, Mark Ricky Ricardo, Uncle Charlie Fritz. See what else we have going on here. Sorry, I had a technical problem here for a second. I want to make sure I'm still going. Good to see you, King James Hagan. Tim Powell. Peter, good to see you. Bugs Bunny, 77 coming in. Who else do we have here? Steve Travago. Steve is Philly fans. He must be in here pulling for the Braves for once because he wants us to beat the Mets. Brian A. B.A. Baracus, good to see you. Adam Batman Westbury. Steve, is your last name Travago like the commercial? Did you name it after that, or is that your actual last name? I got to know, because now I can't get their slogan out of my head. Sports Kid, good to see you. Who else do we have in here today? Gary the Real McCoy. George Pearson. Edward Spry. The Spry guy in the house. What you talking about, Willis Mathis? Man, what you talking about, Willis trying to take a picture to click, man? You know you can't do that. I mean, I guess you can. You could have run 10 years ago, 7 years ago, 5, 6 years ago. right before the pandemic, we had a pitcher hitting in the National League. I don't know about y'all, but I miss that. I really don't like the DH, mainly because it takes so many different things that you have to do as a manager out of the equation. Kumar, good to see you. Nate the Great. My man Nathaniel Brooks. See if I've missed anybody else here, as we are just about Tree Nug. And rolling through here. Wally World, Wally Wildland. Travis, good to see you. Who else do we have in here? Anyone else that I've missed? Braden Quinn, Brian Smith. The GOAT is in here. Oh my God, there's a GOAT sighting. Daryl Little and his other brother Daryl. I think I already said King James Hagan. I know I had Uncle Charlie Fritz there. I think we're winding down to the very bottom. Freedom is here. Jimmy 2. Razor Quack. And that looks like just about it. We'll be back in a flash. First pitch is next here on Braves Country. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Welcome in, Braves country. They just showed Usher throwing out the first pitch. Not an athlete, that one, man. He definitely went into the right line of work. I wouldn't say he throws like a little girl, but I don't think he's thrown a lot of balls. I can just tell you that. Ain't been to a lot of Diddy parties, I know that much. Hi-oh! All right, Chris Sale is warming up. He's got a 4-4 record, 2.79 ERA. The Braves are wearing their home whites, and it does look like we're going to avoid a rain delay, so that's good. Home whites with Braves across the chest in red, outlined in navy. Tomahawk down below just the same. Striped with yellow. Names on the back in red, outlined in navy. The names on the back are in navy, and we're wearing navy ball caps, red bill, and a white A representing the city of Atlanta. Drake Baldwin is behind home plate. It's Riley to Allen to Ozzie to Olsen in your 5-6-4-3 across the infield. New York Metropolitans are wearing their gray road uniforms. New York across the chest in blue, outlined in orange. Gray top to bottom, blue ball caps with the interlocking orange NY, very reminiscent of the New York Giants old logo. And Francisco Lindor's coming to the plate. He says his highs to Edwin Jimenez and Drake Baldwin. In the outfield, we have Verdugo in left tonight, Harris and Acuna in center and right. Wind is blowing in just a touch, around 6-7 miles an hour from right field, blowing in into left. It could pick up because of the weather moving in, but it's not expected. Lindor looks about ready. Sale looks about ready. Chris comes set from the left side of the bump. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Misses high. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Lindor with 2 home runs and a 400-plus average against Sale in his career. The 1-0 pops it up back foul. 1-1. He's got a pretty hefty sample size. Remember, both of these guys spent the first part of their career in the American League. So Lindor definitely has a game plan, and it appears to work most of the time. The 1-1, slider, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Chris Sale's over-under in Ks today out in the desert is 7.5, and it's a plus number. I believe it was plus 115. Blackburn, 3.5. He is not a strikeout pitcher. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him chasing that slider. 1 away. Wasn't the best pitch. It wasn't where he was aiming, but he got him to swing. With 2 strikes, it's really hard for those right-handers to stay back, especially in the early going. 1 up, 1 down. Chris, when he does have troubles, it's usually at the beginning of the game. Starling Marte, who had the night off last night, stands in. Takes the first pitch, 96 up high. And out of the zone, it's 1-0. Marte batting .254, 4 home runs, 18 RBI. He's primarily in a platoon these days, the 1-0. Swing, rips it down the left field line. Upper deck shot, but goes plenty foul. Thankfully, it's 1-1. 1-1 count. Good to see you, Kevin. I saw Billy Birdwell. Good to see you. There was someone else that snuck in here at the end. The 1-1. Slider right there on the outer edge. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swung on, chopped back over the middle, just past Sale. Allen's going to have to hurry, and it's going to be an infield single for Marte. He's getting up there in years, but he still has a lot of hustle, a lot of speed. Snicker's looking to see if they want to challenge it. I don't think they're even close to challenging that. From the blind eye, yeah, he beat it. It's actually a lot closer than I thought it was. His foot hit the base. We'll call it a quarter step in front of the throw. It almost looked like when Sale went to reach for it, he might have touched it. I'm not sure. They didn't show that part of the replay. If he did, that probably slowed the ball down. So 1 on, 1 out. First pitch, showing bunt. Soto takes it right there at the knees for a strike for a slider. It's 0-1. The 0-1. JC, good to see you. Roy Noble. I think that's who I left out. The 0-1's way off the plate, wide and out of the zone. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Lefty-lefty matchup. Sale's going to flip it over to first to keep the runner close by. Soto, 14 home runs on the year, a .252 average, 37 RBI. He hit one out last night, 861 OPS. The 1-1 count. Swing. Sinker, up and in, fouls it back. We'll do it again, 1-2. We'll change your view there so you can see any kind of motion on the base paths. What was all over New York radio this morning was his base running, though. Getting doubled up by Ronald Acuna Jr. with a great catch in right field. The 1-2. Swing, chops it back towards the mound. Sale has it. He'll take the easy out to first. So Marte will make it down to second base and into scoring position. But there are 2 down. That's going to bring Pete Alonso to the plate, so it doesn't get any easier. You almost wonder if you may pitch around Alonso or maybe put him on to get to Nimmo. Infield back into the left. Might be too early to put him on, but I would definitely pitch around Alonso here. First pitch on the way. Fastball up and in. Misses high. It's 1-0. Alonso, 17 home runs on the year. A .296 average, a .961 OPS, 63 RBIs. All of those would lead Braves batting by a mile. The 1-0. 96 up top, right there for a strike. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Marte at second, infield, back into the right. The 1-1 swing, saws it off foul over the first base side, smacks the screen, comes back. It's 1-2. Outfield playing very deep and straight away, as you can imagine, with the power that Alonso has. So any kind of a blooper is going to score a run. The 1-2. They set up inside the pitch. Slider chopped over towards Sale. He's got it. He'll flip it over to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. So he gets out of the Marte getting on with the infield single. We'll grab the bats. Let's get him some runs, Braves country.
This is the story of Hector Espino. He was considered by many to be one of the greatest hitters of all time. People who played with him said he hit line drives so hard that infielders would drop them. Despite having offers from the Cardinals, Angels, Yankees, Indians, and the Colt 45s, he never had a single big league plate appearance in his career. He batted at least .300 every year but one over his 24-year career. Once he arrived in the Mexican League, he earned Rookie of the Year honors with a .358 batting average, 23 home runs, 12 triples, and 103 RBIs. In 1964, he continued to improve, hitting .371 and setting a Mexican League single-season record with 46 home runs. The closest he ever came to the major leagues was when he played 32 games with the Jacksonville Suns, the Cardinals' AAA affiliate, in late 1964. In that short period, he hit .300 with 6 doubles, 15 RBIs, and 15 runs scored. He returned to the Mexican League in 1965. Over the next 5 seasons, all he did was continue to knock the cover off the ball, which can be validated by his 2 home run titles during that time. He remains the only player in Mexican Pacific League history with a career average over .300. He ended up slugging 484 home runs over his career, 24 seasons, 13 batting titles, 6 home run crowns, and 6 MVP awards.
Get a job? Yeah. Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into Jobland, where jobs grow on jobbies?
The most pugnacious Oriole of them all was the third baseman, John Joseph McGraw. McGraw was born in Truxton, New York, the first of 8 children of an Irish immigrant railroad worker and his wife. When diphtheria struck his village in 1884, one by one he watched as first his mother and then 4 of his brothers and sisters died. His father took out his grief and anger on his son, beating him so often and so mercilessly that at 12 he feared for his life and ran away from home. He supported himself at odd jobs until he won himself a place on the Olean, New York professional team at 16, and never again willingly took orders from any man.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves, nothing. New York Mets, nothing. We're just getting going here in the bottom of the first inning. Ronald Acuna Jr. digs in. First pitch swinging. First pitch hammering. First pitch going back, back, back. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong. A solo shot. And the Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-0 lead.
Bravo. Bravo.
419 happy feet later, and the Braves strike first blood.
Bravo.
Alex Verdugo, the batter, he takes the first pitch right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1, righty-lefty matchup. Blackburn, his first home run of the year given up. He is not a fly ball pitcher. The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-1. What you'll see from Blackburn is a 5-pitch mix. He dissed his 4-seamer to the curb a couple of seasons ago, as the 1-1's fouled down the line, first base side, 1-2. Now he goes with the cutter, slider, sinker, change, and curve. The cutter leads the way at 39%, slider 36%, and then you got a pretty even hand of the sinker, change, and curve. The 1-2 to Dr. Doogie. Down and in, good take, 2-2. He's been chasing those recently. A good take by Doogie. Ronald Acuna Jr.'s 8th home run of the year has made it 1-0 here in the early going. The 2-2. Swing, rips it into right field. That's in between the 4-3 hole. Out into right field. Soto has it, but it's a single for Dr. Doogie, and we keep the line moving, Braves country. Gotta love to see that in the early going.
What's going on?
Blood pressure's coming up. The pulse is getting stronger.
Get the OR ready. We've got a live one going and we want him to stay that way.
So 1 on, nobody out. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Riley digs in, first pitch. Slider in the dirt, well outside the zone. It's 1-0. I think Blackburn might have slipped a little bit. Paul Blackburn came over from Oakland at the trade deadline. He's always been a good, solid, we'll call him a number 4, number 5 pitcher in a good rotation, the 1-0. 93 up top, misses, 2-0. Really more of an innings eater, a guy you're hoping to get 5 innings and scatter 2 to 3 runs. He'll have some bad outings from time to time, but normally pretty solid. The 2-0 count, 93. They're going to say that hit the side of the zone. Very generous call by home plate umpire Edwin Jimenez. It's 2-1. 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. Curveball, bottom of the zone, well outside wide. Riley asks about it. Can't blame him. That was a terrible call. It's 2-2. Both of those pitches can't be strikes. The 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Slider misses, down and away. Full count. Full count to Riley, and you've got Matt Olson standing on deck. You would think that he's going to see something here. The payoff pitch from Blackburn. Curveball misses, ball 4. And he'll head on down to first, and Riley puts runners on first and second, nobody out. And you're going to get a quick mound visit by the pitching coach, Jeremy Hefner. How many Playboy jokes do you think he gets? Last name of Hefner. So he'll head out there. I think that's really just to calm him down. Maybe also a little bit to get him a breather. Dangerous thing about going out there that early with nobody else is he's on his own the rest of the way. 12 pitches into the inning. Matt Olson, the batter. First pitch. Curveball down and in. It's 1-0. Lefty, righty, or righty, lefty, I should say. The 1-0. 92. Down and away. 2-0. We'll put the action cam back on for you. 2-0 count. On the way, swing, pops it up. Down the left field line. Hopefully it'll get out of play. Giving chase, it will just drift into the seats. The left fielder, Nemo, was over there to make the catch if it would have stayed fair, but it just got out of the way. Two-one count. Down and off the plate, 3-1. He does have a base open technically. Runners on first and second, nobody out, but I don't think he wants to walk Olson with Ozuna standing on deck. The 3-1 chases a curveball down and in, full count. Olson will take his time out. Kind of has a wry grin on his face. I think that's more of a, I can't believe I swung at that. The payoff pitch to Olson. brings it. Swing, that ball's hit on the ground. Diving attempt by Pete Alonso. He thought about going to second from his knees, but thought better of it. Flips it over to first. And though it's not a base hit and it doesn't score a run, Matt Olson does get him over. So runners at first and second move to second and third, and that's not nothing. Biggest thing that does on the next batter, as slow as he runs, Marcell Ozuna, is it keeps you out of the double play strategy for the Mets. So Ozuna steps to the plate. Drake Baldwin moves on to the on-deck circle. Second and third, one out. The first pitch. Hangs a slider up top, taken all the way by the Big Zoo. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 92 at the knees. Sinker. It's 0-2. That's a pitch Ozuna probably should have swung at. The corners are in, but up the middle, they are playing back. The 0-2 to the Big Zoo. Curveball in the dirt, 1-2. Tried to get in to chase that one. All you need from Ozuna here is a fly ball or something to get the runner home from third. He had the big heroics last night, but tonight, if you can just build a nice little lead with Chris Sale on the mound, you should be okay. The 1-2. Swing, chops it foul, just got a piece of it. Slider, we'll do it again. Once again, Drake Baldwin standing on deck. Ozzie Albies is in the hole. The 1-2 to Ozuna, righty. Kicks and fires. In the dirt, off the chest of the catcher. Hind catcher today, Torrens. Alvarez taking a seat. It's Nimmo to Taylor to Soto in the outfield today. In the infield. What did I miss here? I was looking down at my scorecard. Take a look at this again. Ball came off. Oh, wait a minute. He did. He's tried to scoop it with his mask, and that's going to be a run. I did not see Torrens do that. I was looking down here at my scorecard to give you the infield defense, and you cannot use your mask. So it's a run. Both runners move up a base. It's 2-0. The 2-2 chopped off his foot. My apologies. I thought I had a break there for a second. Didn't realize Torrens was using his mask to scoop it. Almost like you would have, almost like you're scooping an ice cream cone. He's got to know that. I mean, everybody that plays baseball knows you can't use your catcher's mask. It's kind of like the 2-2 pitch. Swing, lifts it high into center. This is going to be interesting. Will they send Riley? The catch from Taylor, they're going to throw it home. It's going to be a very close play, but Austin Riley comes all the way in, and the Braves lead it 3-0. Good piece of hitting by the Big Zoo. He won't get credited for the RBI. Verdugo coming home to make it 2-0, but he does get the RBI on the F8, and the Braves have jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and Chris Sale on the mound. Riley coming hard to home. Good hustle. That'll bring Drake Baldwin to the plate. The Drake takes the first pitch, 92, down and away. It's 0-1. Should be noted, Paul Blackburn just threw his 26th pitch here in the first inning. So we may get into that Mets bullpen pretty early into this game. The 0-1, swing, just got a piece of it. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. The infield playing back and to the right. The 0-2 in the dirt. Curveball misses. 1-2. Infield playing pretty straight away. Fairly deep. Infield back and far to the right playing the pull. Drake Baldwin, let him FAFO because they throw something on the outer edge to him. He's going to slap it towards third. The 1-2. Swing. Pops it up. High into left field, but not very deep. Underneath it is Nimmo, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Jump out to a 3-0 lead. Holy cow. Pinch me. Am I dreaming, Braves country?
Well, I'm feeling quite well rested. Some might say I slept like a baby. But that one, it's never made no sense to me. I've had 3 of those, and I don't recall a lot of sleeping.
I have contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crashing of 1,000 waves! Begone, vile man! Begone from me! A starter car! This car is a finisher car! A transporter of gods! The golden god! I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
My mom asked me, she said, if you took a shot for every bad decision you've ever made, would you be sober, would you be tipsy, or would you be wasted? I said, I'll be dead.
Little manager card, and you think you're so cool just because you write the schedule and you get to tell us what to do, when in reality, you know you're not even worth a bit of the
For Donald Arthur Mattingly, home has always been here, Evansville, Indiana, a city of about 120,000 people in the southwest corner of the state.
I was never looking to, move to Manhattan or move to LA. I was like, this is a place I come, I can get away. I grew up in this house on the left here. Everything seems so much smaller now. It seemed so big before.
It's here where Don Mattingly, the youngest of 5 kids in his family, began excelling at sports at an early age. He'd become a 3-sports star in high school, but it was on the baseball diamond where he fell in love with the idea of being great.
It was a pleasure to coach him. He'd hit 2 or 3 hours before practice. Of course, we'd practice about 3 hours, too. I've never seen anybody that worked any harder than he did.
Fly ball. That looks to be in the gap over the left field. Ben White on his way to third with his second triple of the ball game.
If you want to stop me, you're going to have to kill me!
Welcome back to Braves Country Radio. Atlanta Braves lead this one 3-0. Chris Sale, gotta love having a lead for once early on. He's set to face Nimmo, Torrens, and Taylor. 5, 6, 7 in the order. He'll fire the first pitch right there. 93. P at the knees. It's 0-1. If you're just joining us, Braves scored 3 in the bottom of the first. The 0-1. Fastball, 95. Top shelf on the outer edge. It's 0-2. Ronald Acuna Jr. hit a 419-foot bomb, his 8th of the year, on the first pitch of the game. The 0-2. Way high out of the zone, 94 miles an hour. 1-2. Trying to give him the chase, but no one's chasing that. Then Verdugo came in on a fielding error by the catcher Torrens, is the 1-2. Trying to get a chase, a slider off the edge, 2-2. Torrens on a wild pitch in the dirt went to scoop the ball up with his catcher's mask, which is a violation. The 2-2 swing, chops it over towards first. Is that fair? It's going to be just foul. Olsen flips it into the seats. We'll do it again. And with that scoop of the ball with his mask, both runners on second and third moved up 90 feet. That brought Verdugo home. Then Ozuna hit a fly ball to center that brought home Riley. The 2-2 count brings it. Try to get Get that slider on the bottom edge. Full count. Nimmo, he's a pesky batter, always has been. So from an 0-2, we're at a full count now. The payoff pitch, misses high, ball 4. Four-seam fastball, high and out of the zone. He did not go around. And Nimmo runs down to first base. He's done that his entire career. Never been on a team I could pull for, but I've always respected Brandon Nimmo's game, man. He hustles, and he gives you professional at bats. He works the count. He drives Spencer Strider bananas. First pitch on the way is 97 on the upper part of the zone. On the outer edge, it's 0-1. He will pepper Spencer Strider 10, 12 pitches in it at bat. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it back, 96 inside. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Luis Torrens in for Francisco Alvarez, 29-year-old out of Venezuela, Valencia, Venezuela. Drafted by the Reds in the first round. Second overall pick. The 0-2. Slider down and in, 1-2. Lifetime, he carries a .228 batting average, 23 home runs. That's in 967 at bats. 1-2 count. Brings it. Inside 97, almost gets him. 2-2. So Sale once again with 2 strikes, nibbling around the edges. The Mets are more than willing to let him pitch himself into a corner. Tyrone Taylor stands on deck. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it into right field. Acuna should have a beat on it. He does. F9 in your scorecard. Lazy fly ball to right field, 1 away. So that'll bring Taylor to the plate. Sale, by the way, just 1 strikeout so far, if you're monitoring that. Blackburn has 0. Both have 1 walk. Sale 1 hit. Blackburn 2 hits, but the big number is up on the scoreboard. It's 3-0. Tyrone Taylor, who went yard last night. They're going to flip it over to first. Kind of a quick move to keep Nimmo close by. Trying to catch him napping on that one. Just kind of a quick step and a flip. Lefty-righty matchup. Taylor batting .236 on the year. First pitch, swing, rips it into left field, giving chase, and making a sliding catch is Dr. Doogie. Very good defensive play there in foul territory. 2 down. Good hustle. Had just enough room.
What's going on? Blood pressure's coming up. The pulse is getting stronger.
Really cool part of it, he did it in front of a lot of young fans over there.
We want him to stay that way.
Sale gives him a salute from the outfield. He knows that wasn't an easy play. And I talked about it last night before he went yard. Tyrone Taylor, I don't like seeing him bat. He just does things against the Braves that he doesn't do to anybody else. First pitch on the way to McNeil is roasted down the right field line, but foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. I don't know how many of y'all paid attention to it after the game last night on social media and then this morning on on New York radio. Man, I'll tell you what, the Braves live rent-free in the New York Mets' head. The 0-1, swing, fouls it straight back, it's 0-2. What did one guy say? He said, I don't care if the Braves are 22 22-97. I look at them as the biggest threat to stopping us from winning anything. And the way they lost last night, I can understand it. It's kind of like the way we feel with the Phillies sometimes. You see us lose a game, and you're like, I cannot believe we lost that one. The 0-2, swing, saws it off foul, we'll do it again. Difference is the Braves have been doing it to the Mets for years. The Phillies, they had a couple of good runs on us the last few years, but not historically. Hit you out of town scoreboard here in a second. There's a few games, a lot of games that have been hit by the rain. The 0-2 peppers it towards the third base dugout. We'll do it again. Sale is at 32 pitches. Yankees and Angels 1-1, top of 2. That may not sound like a big deal, but the Yankees had not scored a run in 29 consecutive innings going into today. Blue Jays lead the Diamondbacks 1-0 early on. The 0-2. Swing, lifts it. High into center field, but not very deep. Money Mike's underneath it, and that'll end the inning. So Sale lets another one get on, but gets around it. We'll be back in a flash. Ozzie Albies leads us off when we return.
Don't come around asking me no dumbass like, oh, what do you like most about your job? Payday, lunch break, and leaving that mother. That's all I got for you. These jobs be quick to say, we're a family. Well, damn, what kind of family member is you leaving me broke while you collecting all the damn money? You got me out here overworked, underpaid. I'm doing the job of 6 people. I gave you my opinion. You didn't take it. What kind of family this is? I must be the black sheep or something. Well, obviously, I'm not your favorite niece, then bye. Can you work overtime? No, I cannot. Can you move out of the door so I can get up out of here?
What are you doing? It's a game of touch. Every time I look over, you're on your ass again.
Right in the air of my lungs, I'd scream at you.
Before we selected our top 9 first basemen, we established a few ground rules. They had to have played in the modern era with at least 900 major league games at the position. Since first base is a place where you can really flash the leather, we did consider their fielding prowess. But in this case, gold gloves took a back seat to silver bats, and take into consideration how the player performed against his peers. So here are your top 9 first basemen. Number 9. With 573 home runs, Harmon Killebrew is the second all-time home run hitter among first basemen.
Harmon Killebrew was the best home run hitter I ever saw.
A drive deep to left, way back.
He hit 47, 48, 49 home runs every year.
Harmon could hit some of the longest home runs and some of the highest home runs. I mean, his balls just kept carrying.
And there it goes. It's way, way back. It's a home run. Uh-oh. There she goes. Over everything. Home run for Killebrew.
The man they called Killer was the most valuable player in 1969 and played in 13 All-Star games. He was the heart and soul of a franchise for 21 years. In 1984, Harmon was inducted into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown.
Welcome back. Paul Blackburn goes back to work and flips a slider into Ozzie Albies. Right across the chest for a strike, it's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Ozzie batting just .223 right now. Good to see AY and Raymond. The 0-1, swing and a miss, curveball, it's 0-2. Stargazer, feel like we haven't seen you in a few days. K, good to see you. Circle K. I think I said hi to Tree Nug. Good to see you. Neil Pearson. The 0-2. Swing. Just got a piece of it to lace it down the first base side, but foul. Do it again. Ozzie, 6 home runs on the year. Biggest concern about with Ozzie, I mean, his OPS is just 617. It's incredibly low, especially for his career numbers. The 0-2 count. Swing. 91-mile-an-hour fastball straight back. It's 0-2. They were entertaining back and forth last night on X on whether or not what the Braves could get in a trade with Ozzie Albies. I'm like, man, you don't trade low, and I don't think you're going to get near any kind of return if you trade for Ozzie. If you're going to trade him, you should have traded him after the 2023 season. The 0-2. Swing, that ball's laced down the right field line. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. And Ozzie Albies has extra bases, heading for second, winding around, going to third. And it's going to be, we'll see if they give him a triple. It's at least a double. Juan Soto had problems with the ball in the corner.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, and no baby.
Guess he was just late getting to the ball. I'm trying to see what took him so long. Thought he had bobbled it, but he just kind of scooped pitch that was out of the zone and laced it over the head of Pete Alonso, and the ball got down into the corner. First pitch on the way to Harris is a sinker, chopped off the plate. It's 0-1. The New York broadcast is showing it again. They're not focusing on, all they're focusing on is Ozzie running the base. But I felt like Soto took forever to get down there, but maybe he was played just too far over. The 0-1, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. There's a Braves fan in the stands, and she has a hairdo that looks like the old sweeper. The 0-2, high and out of the zone, 1-2. Like the old push sweepers, not like the ones you see today, but the old push sweepers with the long bristles. She's got like a mohawk, but she's got it jazzed up to where it looks like an old sweeping broom. The 1-2 chases the changeup off the plate. Do it again. I don't think they showed it on the Braves broadcast, but they did on the Mets broadcast. We'll just say not our best representative. Looked like she came out of a time warp from the 1980s. She had like that kind of hairdo, but she's wearing a modern jersey, so probably not. The 1-2 pops it up, can of corn. That's going to go nowhere fast, and it's going to be F5 in the scorecard. One down. Nick Allen will be your batter. Mets will keep the infield in. You know, they had Harris down at the 9 spot one game, and he did well. And then out of nowhere, they have never put him back down there again. And it drives me crazy. Why in the world do they not work with what works? As the first pitch on the way is a sinker at the knees, it's 0-1. I'm still convinced some of these slumps that these guys are in, these season-long slumps, are because they keep moving guys like Ozzie up and down the lineup. Just let them sit at one spot. But Harris in that 9-hole, man, you essentially turn the lineup over quicker because Acuna's standing on deck. The 0-1 pitch to Allen. Ball gets away. That should score Ozzie. Ozzie had to slam on the brakes. That ball shot back too quickly to the hind catcher, Torrens, and he was there. Ozzie, with a wise base running move, slammed on the brakes and headed back to third. If he continues to go home, he's probably going to be out. It would have been a tough play, but the throw's going to beat him. Now, whether or not Blackburn's going to make the play or not, that's a different question. But a smart play by Ozzie. Someone should have yelled out, "Use your mask." The 1-1. Did he go around? He did not. 2-1. Curveball. Nick Allen. That looked like he may have went around. I'd have to see a side view. We might have gotten one there. I think he held up, but I haven't seen a definitive view yet from either broadcast. The 2-1 pitch, swing, sinker, fouls it away, 2-2. Any kind of a decent fly ball is going to score Ozzie. Ozzie still with very good speed. It's too late now, but you almost wondered to see either Michael or Nick drop a bunt. The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. You would think Nick's going to see something. The last thing Blackburn is going to want to do is walk Nick Allen to get to Ronald Acuna Jr., who went bonzo on him to start the game. Acuna stands on deck. The payoff pitch. Swing, just got a piece of it. We'll do it again. Good to see you, Tara and Tree Fitty. Gonna need about Tree Fitty. Ron Harrell, good to see you. Corey and Casey. I think I saw Colby Covers in here earlier, but could be mistaken. The payoff pitch once again. Kicks and brings it. Swing, slices it over towards second, and a diving catch by McNeil. 2 away. Got him with the out. I still would have liked to have seen Allen run through and go to the base, because if he trapped it, looking at a replay in the New York end, looks like he caught it. But you just never know with the day of replay. These guys got to get that together. So now it's going to be up to Acuna, because Michael Harris and Nick Allen could not get an easy RBI. First pitch on the way is a cutter off the plate. It's 1-0. Maybe he'll throw another one in the dirt, and this time they won't get the friendly bounce. Verdugo stands on deck. Braves lead it 3-0. The 1-0. Swing, chops a curveball off the plate. It's 1-1. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night. 7:15 first pitch once again. Tomorrow night it'll be Spencer Strider, but they are sending what is essentially their best pitcher, Clay Holmes, to the bumps. That's going to be a tough one. We need to win tonight's game. 1-1 count. Outside wide, 2-1. Acuna slammed his 8th home run of the year, and he raised his batting average to 400. Now, obviously, he started late in the year, but that's not nothing. He's off to a torrid start. The 2-1 pitch, down and away, 3-1. He's seeing the ball. For a guy who's coming off the IL and had not played in a year, normally guys are coming out of their shoes and chasing stuff, and he's just, there's no other word to say it, he's in a zone right now. 3-1 count to Acuna. They set up on the outer edge up top. The pitch misses high, ball 4. So he'll go on down to first, grab himself first base. Runners on the corners.
Bravo.
2 outs. And Dr. Doogie, who way back in the first inning, seems like it was a year ago, singled to right field his first time up. Acuna applying the sliding pad on, but we haven't seen him run a whole lot this year. I don't think there's a lot to gain by doing it right now. In fact, you gain by keeping him at first. Doogie steps in, first pitch, curveball. Below the knees, but called for a low, strike 1. It's 0-1. The infield playing back into the right. The third baseman holding the runner at third. So there's a huge hole in between third and second. The 0-1 count brings it. Misses high. 1-1. Acuna faked like he was going to go, but stopped. Really think the Braves are better off with Acuna staying where he's at, because it really opens up more on the defensive side for Verdugo to sneak something through. The 1-1 in the dirt, 2-1. Ball gets away a little bit, but Torrens keeps it in front of him. If Acuna goes up and steals second, yeah, you get a second guy in scoring position, but then you can go back and play the infield defense very honestly. Two 1 count. Brings it. Swing! That ball's hammered down the right field line, but foul. Man, that ball was smoked. Goes all the way to the right field corner, but definitely plenty foul. Deuce is wild, bottom of the second inning. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. Dr. Doogie takes his time out. Still sitting on no home runs. He does have 11 RBI and a 643 OPS. The 2-2. Blackburn comes set. Brings it. Swing! Chops it over to first. Should be an easy play for even Alonso. Man, that guy's a klutz. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Braves fail to score after the leadoff triple.
Marriage tip. If your wife has a friend that annoys you, don't tell her to stop being friends with her. Just casually mention how pretty she is. Works every...
I hate this place. If something ever happened, if you died or something like that, and something ever happened to you, I'd have to get another wife because I hate somebody to have to do my shopping.
That's rude. Are you planning on me dying or something?
Well, no, I'm just saying I hate grocery shopping.
Well, you don't have to come.
I know.
I told you to stay your ass at home.
Well, I'm just saying if you died or something like that, I'd have to have somebody do my groceries.
I hope she doesn't.
Huh?
I hope she doesn't do anything for you like I do.
Well, she probably won't. Well, I mean, I like you right now and everything, but if something happened to you, I love you.
Me.
Well, I'm just saying I hate going to the goddamn store.
Well, stay home.
Guy I at least like to see walking to the plate. You know, for me, it's always been Jim Thome.
Jim Thome, he owns me. I can try to walk him, and he still smokes the ball.
That ball hit deep.
For me, having a good plan for every game going in, I think it's helped me be a guy that could make an impact in that game.
Number 400 for Jim Thome.
Thome was 12th all-time with 564 home runs, the 4th most among first basemen. He's had 9 seasons with 100 or more RBI and owns a lifetime on-base percentage above 400.
This ball is well hit to right center field. This one's gone.
Thome has been one of the most productive hitters of his generation.
Say goodbye. Take a bow, big man.
Sets a good example for Major League Baseball, and I'm proud of Jim.
Yes, the greatest measure of all for this first baseman is how he's first in so many hearts.
We love you. Yeah, that's it.
I don't trust adults who do activities after work. That seems suspicious. What's wrong with your house?
Welcome back. Chris Sale is the pitcher. He is sitting at 34 pitches as we begin inning number 3. So a little high, but not terribly worrisome. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and brings it. 93 up top, not getting that call. 1-1. When Sale is getting that call, the fastball at the top of the zone to the inside part to right-handers, that's when you see the big-time strikeout number. He's not getting it tonight. The 1-1 fouls it straight back. It's 1-2. Chris Sale just at 1 strikeout through 2 innings. Very low for him. The last few times out, he's been getting that call. Sometimes hitting it, sometimes just touching it. He's touched it a few times tonight, and he just hasn't gotten the call. So Jimenez is not going to give it. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. 2 down. Second punchy of the day. Slider off the edge. You get 2 strikes on those right-handers, especially guys who have not seen him much. That is a tough pitch to deal with. Back to the top of the order, and Francisco Lindor, batting over 400 in his career versus Sale. Swing and a miss. At the slider, it's 0-1. Lindor struck out his first time up. The 0-1. Swing, rips it over to short. Nick Allen jumps up, fires it across the diamond. A one-hopper into the glove of Olsen. And what a great play by little Nick Allen. Little Nicky guns down Lindor, and Lindor still has good speed. He was busting it out of the box. He may not have had it in fifth gear, maybe fourth gear, but he was definitely running down the lane hard. Starlin Marte, who had an infield single his first time up, takes the sliding drifter off the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swing, fouls it back. It's 0-2. Mets broadcast definitely impressed by Nick Allen's defensive gem. They've replayed it about 3 times so far. 0-2 count. Braves lead it 3-0. You love another shutdown inning. Really is a shame we didn't get Ozzie home to build on that lead. But nonetheless, it's 3-0, top of the third. The 0-2 swing hits it up the middle, and that's going to be a worm burner for a 2-out single for the New York Metropolitans. Remember, the Braves were down 3-0 last night and then 4-1. Came back in dramatic fashion to beat the Mets. That's why with Sale on the mound, I'd like to just not even think about letting them back into the game. That'll bring Juan Soto to the plate. 14 home runs on the year. Lefty, first pitch on the way. Swing, rips it over to Ozzie. Ozzie is right there. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Mets get another one on, but can't do anything with it. We go to the bottom of the third. The heart of the order due up for the Bravos.
All right, you got 25-87.
Not for long. I make bad financial decisions.
Are you stressed out?
Yeah.
And you could use a vacation?
Yes.
Introducing planning a trip with friends.
What's that?
It's been a stressful few months, so what better way to relax than going on a fun trip with your group of friends?
That sounds like a great idea. How does it work?
It's simple. Come up with an itinerary, pitch the plan to your friends, watch them be sort of interested but non-committal, and the trip never happens.
Wait.
That's right, dork. Did you forget that all your friends have good jobs and relationships, and you have neither? Of course they're too busy for your cabin weekend idea.
I used to think that my friends and I would be going on fun, extravagant trips as we got older, but instead I see them once every 5 months.
Try it today.
Look, dude, I feel guilty all the time for my thoughts and urges, but I'm not going to talk to a therapist who's going to make me, deal with it and confront those issues.
Fatigue makes cowards of us all. You can't play fatigued. Therefore, it's up to you to be in prime physical condition. You've got to keep yourself in prime physical condition because a fatigued player is a coward.
He batted .321 or better over 9 consecutive seasons and stole 436 bases. Although he was short and weighed barely 120 pounds, he tripped opposing runners on the base paths, blocked them, spiked them, and rarely complained when they did the same to him. We'd spit tobacco juice on a spike wound, he remembered, rub dirt in it, and get out there and play. Mayhem seemed to follow John McGraw wherever he went. When he got into a fist fight with the opposing third baseman in Boston in 1894, both benches emptied. Fans began brawling. Someone set the stands on fire, and the entire wooden ballpark and 170 neighborhood buildings went up in flames.
Glad you like the sign there, Mark. We're heading to the bottom of the third inning. Austin Riley, who walked his first time up, leads us off. First pitch on the way. Swing. Rattles it foul down the line. Cutter on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Riley walked his first time up. Top of the first inning. The 0-1. Swing. Fouls it straight back. It's 0-2. He came around to score on a sac fly by Ozuna. The 0-2, high and out of the zone. 1-2. One-two count. Blackburn brings it. Tried to give him a chase the cutter, but that was well out of the zone. That was into the other batter's box. 2-2. The 2-2. Caught looking strike three. Man, oh man, he has got to stop doing that. Take that bat off your shoulder with 2 strikes. Really think he gets in there with 2 strikes and he just starts guessing. If he gets anything that he's not guessing, it just locks him up. And with 2 strikes, you cannot have that approach. There is a sticker or something inside. The first pitch on the way to Matt Olson is swung on and popped up. Lazy fly ball, weakly hit into center field. F8 your scorecard, quickly 2 down. It's a sticker or something inside Ronald Acuña's hair, and I don't know if someone put it there, which is highly likely, or if it like came off the ball cap. But it's a little sticker, and if you know how Ronald's hair sticks up, it's at the very top of his dome, on the top of one of the top hairs. Marcell Ozuna stands in, first pitch. Cutter misses outside wide. It's 1-0. All in all, Blackburn has settled down and has started to eat important innings for the Mets. 1-0. Swing lifted high into center field, but not very deep. Looked like a good one at first came off the bat, but it'll die into the glove of the center fielder Taylor. That'll end the inning. Braves go down in order. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Mr. President, this next executive order will criminalize skinny jeans for all youth pastors everywhere in the universe. It says, quote, skinny jeans are not hip or fire or even rad, and they just simply look dumb.
White people can't say this, so they'll be considered racist by blacks. So I said for you. Super Bowl halftime show, trash.
She left you? Yeah. Where'd she go? I don't know. She probably went to the dollar store. She'll be back. Sometimes my old lady goes to the dollar store, and she comes back. No, she didn't go to the dollar store. See, she left. But why don't you go with her? I don't know where she went. Why'd she leave? She said I was boring. Yeah. You ain't boring. She was wrong about that. I think she'll see it. She'll see it. You ain't boring. You're fun. I don't think I'm boring either. I appreciate that.
It was 1977 when 21-year-old Eddie Murray was named Rookie of the Year.
The fact that he was a switch hitter really had to strike fear into the heart of the opposition.
Change up and it's gone! Call it goodbye!
In his 21-year career with 5 different franchises, Murray hit more than 20 home runs 16 times. He's also one of just 4 men to have over 3,000 hits.
And there it is! Eddie Murray!
And 500 home runs.
Might be it. Wait, heck, it is! It's gone!
This unassuming 8-time All-Star became a first-ballot Hall of Famer in 2003. And while his numbers often fly under the radar, they add up to the 7th best first baseman to play the game.
Fellas, come here. We gotta make this quick. I can't prove this, but I do think that when our wives tell us that we don't listen, sometimes they forget to be telling us stuff.
Chris Sale goes back to work. Infield will play back into the left as Pete Alonso comes to the plate. First pitch on the way is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Inside for a strike, it's 0-1. Jurickson Profar will be back on July 2nd. That's his first available date after the suspension. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Man, he was way out in front of that slider. Have y'all seen the jerseys for MLB All-Star Home Run Derby and for that weekend yet? And the hats, the 0-2, 82 just misses the outside. 1-2. I'll put them up in between the next batters. Not a big fan. The hats are the worst. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. Smoke him if you got him, because he got him. 1 away. Just his third strikeout of the night. That's the jerseys. And that'll bring up Brandon Nimmo to the plate real quick. These are the hats. And you see the Braves hat. It's got stars and everything all over. It's so busy. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball right down the pipe. It's 0-1. I'll put up the ball caps here in a second again. The 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Nimmo walked his first time up. The pitch. Right there at the knees. Slider. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Yeah, the ball caps, and I believe these are the ones they're going to wear during the Home Run Derby. They weren't specific. I'm assuming that they're also going to wear them during the All-Star game. But I don't believe the jerseys are being worn at the All-Star game. But nonetheless, the ball caps just have way too much junk going on with them. The 0-2. I mean, come on, we need that call there, Blue. What are you looking at? You're missing a heck of a game. That pitch was right there at the knees of the bottom of the zone. Same spot that he just hit the previous strike with. The 1-2. Inside 2-2. Two count. One down here in the top of the fourth. Sale 52 pitches in. Come set, they set out wide. Fastball, fisted back foul. We'll do it again. Nimmo's going to take his time out real quick. And as he does that, we'll put the hats back up. Braves are obviously that first one at the top. The 2-2 count. Brings it. Swing, chops it back over towards Ozzie. He'll flip it over to first, and it's a 4-3 put out, 2 down. You just hate that he had to throw 3 extra pitches. Mark says he likes him. Okay. It's a hard pass for me. First of all, they'll probably charge somewhere between $50 and $60 for him. And I'm not a big fan of the flat bill thing either, but that's neither here nor there. First pitch on the way to Torrens is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. JC. Well, Mark, you're not getting them for $5. What are you talking about? The 0-1. Swung on, chops it off his instep. It's 0-2. Not only do they have all that junk on it, but then the flat bill, I just can't. But those stars up there, and then of course you know they're going to put the All-Star symbol on the side, and I understand that. But then the stuff going on behind the A, I mean, that is a lot. If you really like them, you'll probably find them on eBay for about $10 in about 3 months. The 0-2 pitch, down and away, 1-2. One-two count. Sale comes set, brings it. Slider misses off the edge. Torrens takes it to a 2-2 count. Yeah, I've never liked a flat bill. If I do have a flat bill, I usually end up butchering it. But I've definitely never worn it as a flat bill. The 2-2. 97 misses high and out of the zone, full count. So the pitch count getting back up there again for Sale. He had gotten it pretty down quickly. Now we're sitting here at pitch number 60. The payoff. Swing. Slices it back foul. We'll do it again. Full count, 2 outs. Braves lead it 3-0. Still feels like we need some kind of insurance to start building the way. The payoff pitch. Swing, chops it over to third. Riley's got it. Fires it across the diamond, and that'll end the inning. Mets go down 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Drake Baldwin leads us off when we return.
Don't you love when you get that burst of energy to reorganize your entire house, but then that burst goes away and you're forced to face what you just did?
You got a 5?
Yeah.
How did you get a 5?
I found my ball.
You found that ball?
I found that ball.
How'd you get it out of the woods? You were pretty deep in there.
I had a good lie.
Yeah, you had a good lie, all right.
It takes a special pair of eyes to hit a baseball, and the focus of Hank Greenberg was always on the task at hand. So much so that pitchers almost knew what to expect the moment they released the ball.
A smashing single to left field. Big Hank, the league's leading hitter, streaks down to first.
In less than 1,400 career games, Greenberg inflicted an awful lot of damage.
Absolutely strong, and he happened to be an exceptional physical specimen.
In an era that featured some of the game's greatest sluggers, Hank still stood out. 4 times he led the league in runs batted in and was a 2-time MVP.
Greenberg was known for coming through with men on base. 1937, he had 183 RBIs. 183.
1 year later, he smashed 58 home runs for one of 4 home run titles.
You happen to be looking for a pitch, and fortunately the pitcher will throw that particular ball in a certain spot, and you swing at that spot, you might have a home run.
As staggering as his numbers are, imagine what they might have been had he not lost so many prime years to serve his country in World War II.
There was no choice. Everybody joined up. I happened to be the second ball player to go in, so I was in close to 4.5 years.
If World War II hadn't happened, you're talking about somebody who had the raw skills to go on and hit 500 home runs, to drive in 1,800 runs.
Hank Greenberg is a Hall of Famer and one of the most ferocious hitters the game has ever seen.
What do you call a Mexican with a rubber toe? Roberto.
Welcome back. Drake will lead us off. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Braves lead it 3-0. All 3 runs coming in the bottom of the 1st inning. Drake Baldwin 0 for 1 with the fly out his first time up. First pitch on the way. 86 below the knees. It's 1-0. Infield playing back and to the left. The 1-0. Slider right there. 1-1. 1-1 count. Blackburn will flip a changeup up there, but it's well below the strike zone. 2-1. Baldwin, 7 home runs, 19 RBI, 795 OPS in a platoon role. The 2-1. Swing. Chops it off the plate, 2-2. We were very impressed with him in the spring when we were covering all those spring training games. And we weren't 100% if we were going to see him early on. But an early injury, or a late spring injury, to Sean Murphy paved the way in He took advantage. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Curveball. That was probably the best curveball that Blackburn has thrown all night long, went away. That thing was diving in under his hands. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but out of play. It's 0-1. Ozzie tripled his first time up. Braves could not get him across on a leadoff triple. The 0-1 to Ozzie. Brings it. Swing! That ball's lifted high into right field, going back. Get up, get up, get up! It goes off the wall. Ozzie's booking around first, heading to second. A head first dive, and it's a double by the Wiz. How about that?
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Good hard hit ball hit the top of the wall. The bricks out there in right field just below the chop house area. Just missed a home run by about a few feet. Michael Harris II, the batter. First pitch on the way is a bender well off the plate. It's 1-0. The 1-0. See, every time I think I like Tom Glavine again, they remind me that he left us for the Mets. The 1-0. Swung on, chopped over to second. That'll get Ozzie over to third, but there are now 2 outs, so that's really not a get-him-over type situation. Harris goes 0 for 2. And that'll leave it up to Nick Allen. Nick Allen and that's going to do it for Blackburn. They've seen enough. Blackburn 73 pitches, and that'll bring up the bullpen for the Mets here in the 4th inning. So a quick outing. We'll be back in a flash. On this date, 1919, at Fenway Park with 2 outs in the 9th, Boston Red Sox catcher Wally Shang is the victim of third baseman Jimmy Austin's hidden ball trick. The backstop's trickery ends the game with the St. Louis Browns beating Boston 3-2. On this date, 1927, on Charles Lindbergh Day, the transatlantic Pioneer Flyer helps the Cardinals raise the National League pennant before the team's 6-4 victory over New York at Sportsman's Park. The game marks the return to St. Louis of Roger Hornsby, the Redbirds' former player-manager who guided the team to a world championship the year before, was traded to the Giants in the offseason after having disputes over salary with owner Sam Breeden. And on this date in 1961, Eddie Gadel, the 3'7" player of stature, made famous by Browns owner Bill Veeck, who employed him to lead off for one at-bat in a 1951 game, is found dead lying in his bed with bruises on the left side of his face after returning home from a Chicago bowling alley. Bob Kane, the opposing Tiger pitcher who issued a bases on balls in the infamous stunt, is the only person from Major League Baseball to attend the funeral of the 36-year-old, whose cause of death will be determined to be the result of a heart attack. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. Starter Blackburn is out of the game. That'll bring Jose Butto to the mound. Butto with the 3.00 ERA. Through 36 innings, he has 32 strikeouts. Set to face Nick Allen. Mets trying to keep it a 3-0 game. First pitch on the way. Sinker in the dirt. It's 1-0. Butto, he's a kitchen sinker. He has a four-seam, a slider, a sinker, a change, and a sweeper that he all uses pretty regularly. As the 1-0 misses 2-0. The four-seamer he leans on 31% of the time, and the slider 28%. Then you have a pretty even split of sinker, changeup, sweeper. 21% strikeout rate. He does have 18 walks. The 2-0 misses high. 3-0. So a 3-0 count. Brings it. Four-seam fastball up top, 3-1. The 3-1 from Budo. Nick Allen lined out his first time up. The pitch inside almost gets him, and the ball gets away, and here comes Ozzie, head first slide, and the Braves have taken a 4-0 lead. So it'll be a walk and a wild pitch as the ball went wildly into the right. And I'm torn on who's to play here, but we'll go ahead and go with Ozzie. It's a good at bat by Allen. Head first slide by Ozzie. He made it with plenty of time. Allen's on first, 2 outs. Ronald Acuna Jr. stands at the dish. First pitch on the way, swing, chops it foul down the third baseline. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Acuna. A walk and a solo shot that led off the game. The 0-1. Down and away. That ball almost gets away. 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves lead this one now 4-0. Nick Allen standing over at first. The infield is back into the left, and there's a huge hole on the right side holding on Allen. Outfield pretty straight away and deep. The 1-1 swing pops it up high into right field. Not going to be deep enough. It'll die just before the warning track into Juan Soto's glove, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put another one on the board. It's 4-0 Atlanta. We go to top of 5.
As a married man, I have 2 missions in life. 1, to calm my wife down when she's mad. And 2, to make my wife mad when she's calm.
Why?
Whoa, is that O.J. Simpson?
Oh, you like it? Yeah, that was my favorite player. I figured I'd wear it for the Super Bowl.
You know he's a murderer, right?
Yeah, the guy was a monster. Rushed 2,000 yards in 14 games. I mean, he was a savage.
No, like he killed 2 people.
He killed a lot of people, okay? Linebackers, safeties, corners.
Do you have any other jerseys at home?
Yeah, I got plenty of jerseys. Aaron Hernandez, Michael Vick, Henry Ruggs, I have that one. Ray Rice, I got that one too.
Our next first baseman is also one of the biggest.
The 6'4" Willie McCovey.
Although Stretch didn't join the Giants until the middle of the '59 season, McCovey went 4 for 4 in his first game and went on to be named Rookie of the Year. Big league pitchers had been put on notice.
He was the most feared hitter I saw. I thought sure he was really going to hurt somebody because he hit the ball so hard.
McCovey was a good hit. You better take the married man off the infield when he hits.
Manager Gil Hodges tried the McCovey shift.
He'll kill you.
He was the scariest hitter you'd ever want to see. As a first baseman, when you're holding a runner on, you just hope Willie McCovey was not coming up because nobody could hit the ball any harder than McCovey.
In 68 through 70, he had something like 120 home runs and over 350 RBIs.
It's gone! A grand slam home run! McCovey!
Stretch was the National League MVP in '69 and closed out his 19-year career with 521 home runs and more than 1,500 RBIs.
He was a great player. in an era with Clemente and Aaron and Mays, and he was as good as any of them.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Chris Sale fires the first pitch up to the plate to Tyrone Taylor. It's a four-seam fastball. For a strike, it's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Tyrone Taylor, a home run last night. Deep fly out his first time up. The 0-1 swing listed into left, and that will be caught by Verdugo. One away. F7 in your scorecard. One down. He got a pretty good swing on that one. Just got underneath it. One away, and Jeff McNeil, the batter, first pitch on the way, laced into center field. That's down for a base hit. And Jeff McNeil is on the board. He's now 1 for 2 on the day. Sale throwing a get-me-over fastball and swatted into center field, and that's how the Mets will get the fifth inning going after the first out. Mauricio, the number 9 hitter, now due up. First pitch on the way is swung on and sliced back foul out in front of that slider. It's 0-1. Ronnie Mauricio struck out swinging his first time up. He's 0 for 1 with a 179 batting average on the year. Chris Sale sitting at just 3 strikeouts so far through 4 innings plus. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. He's really been lost on that slider. You might want to throw a straighten him up fastball to get him off balance a little bit, but it seems like if you just keep going to that slider, you're going to get him out. The 0-2 count. Swing. Pops it up. Can of corn. Just past second base to the right. Ozzy's got it. 2 down. You would think Chris Sale's pitch count could be fairly high tonight, considering he had 2 extra days off. I'll still be very interested to see what they do on the weekend, because I don't see how you pitch Schwellenbach on Sunday versus the Marlins. First pitch on the way is a slider inside to Lindor. It's 1-0. You're going to have a 4-game series in New York, and you got to put your best foot forward, give you your best chance to win. Because as much as this may be feeling like the good direction, winning the first game of this and having the lead here is the 1-0, misses outside wide, 2-0. That could turn around with the quickness. You go to New York for 4. We have a Bryce Elder out there towing the rubber. 2-0 count. Sale comes set, brings it. 94 up top, grabs his own, 2-1. I hate when they do this in Major League Baseball for all teams. I don't like the idea of 2 division rivals playing each other in back-to-back weeks, because it's a huge advantage to the offense, and it's not indicative of what the teams would be as the 2-1 misses high, 3-1. And I know both teams have to do that, and I understand that, but I just don't like it. There's no reason to wait until Game 71 for the Braves and the Mets to meet when they're going to face 12 times in the season. The 3-1 pitch, swing, chops it, just foul back behind the plate, full count. So a full count now, which means the runner will be on the move with 2 outs. But if we have to face them, I want to see Schwellenbach on Monday, Sale on Tuesday, Strider on Wednesday, and then if you can skip through it, give me Grant Holmes on that Thursday game. The payoff pitch, caught, look at strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that'll end the inning. Bender locked him up. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the fifth we go. Chris Sale dealing against those Metropolitans. All aboard. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
It's a balk automatically with the man on.
He's never been called for a balk in his career, Luke Weaver.
Well, the umpires don't know about what they're doing.
Pedro. I think we're on a delay. Fingers crossed. We'll clean that up for the rear. That was a run.
You guys supposed to be some type of rap group?
What? Oh, and who are you supposed to be, a mariachi band?
Yes, actually.
Oh, my fault.
Shouldn't you guys be stealing or getting arrested or something?
Shouldn't you be mowing my lawn?
Here is Johnny Mize. The big cat pounced on pitchers in the National League from the moment he put on a uniform.
Johnny Mize came up to the majors in 1936 with the Cardinals. He was a 300 hitter right out of the box, good power.
And he forged his lifetime .312 average in a unique way. Following the 1941 season, Mize was dealt to the Giants. But 1 year later, duty call, and he was off to war.
World War II really affected Johnny Mize's career. He's a guy who never got to 400 home runs, which is amazing because in his prime, he was among the most feared hitters in baseball.
Mize lost 3 prime years to the war, but still hit 359 home runs.
Mize started the All-Star game at first base for the National League 4 times before World War II, 4 times after World War II.
And he'd share the NL home run crown with Ralph Kiner in consecutive seasons.
Both with the Cardinals and then with the Giants. He was never a part of the World Series team. And then late in the 1949 season, the Yankees purchased Mize's contract from the Giants.
Big John Mize wraps one into the right field stands for a home run.
The Big Cat's clutch pinch hits helped the Yankees win 5 straight titles and earned Mize a World Series MVP award in '52. A ring for every finger on this Hall of Famer's hand.
Someone broke into my house last night and stole all my antidepressants. I hope they're happy.
First pitch on the way to Verdugo is right there at the knees. Called for a ball. It's 1-0. Budo back to work. The 1-0, 95. That time he got the call on the outer edge. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, chops it over to first. Alonso has it. He'll step on the bag. 1 down. So I was noticing that the Braves social media reposted the first pitch by Usher. Man, they edited the hell out of that thing. All you see is him coming up, waving to the crowd, the very tight, close in, throwing the ball, and that's it. And then he's waving to the crowd again. They don't show the actual throw to the plate. First pitch on the way to Riley is popped up. Lazy fly ball into right field. Easy out, 2 down. Man, Riley, at least twice a night he gives away at bats. Matt Olson will be the batter. Budo looking to eat innings here in the middle going of the game and keep the Mets in it. It's 4-0 Atlanta. Still a long way to go. The way this Braves bullpen has been pitching recently, it's not a done deal. First pitch to Matt Olson. Takes 96 right down on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. One count. Outside wide, 2-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 2-1 to Olson. Misses 3-1. He went with the changeup there. The 3-1 pitch. Swing! That ball's hammered over to second. It's going to take a weird hop and over the glove of McNeil, and that should be a single for Olson. That ball was scorched over his glove.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
It was a hard chopper, and McNeil was stuck in an in-between hop. He was trying to get his body in front of it. When it hit that second hop, it took off over his glove and into right field. First pitch on the way to Ozuna. The runner at first, and 2 outs. He takes that for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0, outside wide, slider misses all the way. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch to Ozuna, swing, that ball's lifted into center field, and Taylor will barely have to move. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Olson gets on. That's it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
So how do you know when a woman's about to say something smart?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
When she starts by saying, "A man once told me."
Yep.
Haha, how many men does it take to open a beer?
None. It should already be open when you bring it to me.
Bro, you gotta talk to me.
I'm not talking to you anymore this morning. It's already started. You started. It's Monday morning. I'm done with you.
You know he's not real.
He is.
He's not real.
How is he not real? Everyone has seen him.
They seen a big hairy man?
Sasquatch is real. I'm going to be the first one to prove it. I'm telling you now, everyone's seen him. People just can't catch him. And you know what? You're just sitting there going, oh, he's not real, because no one's ever found a body. You know why?
Why?
They don't die.
What do they sound like, do you know?
I don't know what they sound like, but I haven't met one in person yet. But I'm going to be the first one to catch him.
Mattingly was picked by the New York Yankees in the 19th round of the 1979 draft, the 493rd player selected. But he'd quickly establish himself as a prospect in the minors, even if some teammates doubted he had a real future in the game.
Donnie wasn't one of those wow guys when you first saw him. He was a gangly, kind of long-necked guy that kept the bat in the zone a long time, and I kept looking at him and I said, this is that guy they're talking about. Didn't run particularly well, but was a great base runner. I had an average arm at best from the outfield, but could really throw at first base. And then the more you're around him, the more you go, yeah, I see what they're talking about. He was relentless in his pursuit of being as good as he's capable of being. In a lot of ways, he did a lot for my career because, I played 7 or 8 years and I went, okay, he's going to play first base for the Yankees or left field. We were both playing both. And I said, I'm not. So I got to find something else to do. So thanks, Donnie, for I get on with my career.
I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this pain and suffering and hurt that this team has bestowed upon me for 28. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this hurt. I don't.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Chris Sale is swung on and grounded up the middle. Nick Allen's going to grab it and fire it over first. Kind of a high throw, but he stuck the landing over there with Olson. 6-3 put out, 1 away. That'll help Chris Sale's pitch count. Good thing Matt Olson's like 9 feet tall over there. 1 up, 1 down. That'll bring Juan Soto to the plate. Soto, 2 ground outs. Takes the first pitch, 92 inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0, lefty-lefty. Fastball right down the pipe, sinker, 1-1. Chris Sale sitting at 76 pitches, so he's pretty good on that front. He loved getting that 1 pitch out to start the inning. The 1-1 swing lifts it into left. Should be caught by Doogie. He's got it. F7 in your scorecard, 2 down. 2 down. Pete Alonso, the batter. First pitch on the way, swing. Fouls back the four-seam fastball inside. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, slices that one foul. That was the slider. 0-2, well out in front of that one. No 2 count. James was asking about the first pitch. It's hard to time up sometimes, James, because they change their when they're coming in and out of the breaks. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sale gets his 5th strikeout of the game. Low for him, but we got zeros on the board. We'll be back in a flash.
Never make a shopping list. Just forget half of the you were supposed to get. Be a man.
Hello, these are the worst things my wife has done since Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift started dating. Number 1, she wants to watch the game. She has no concern over which team wins or how the game is played. She just wants to show me pictures of Taylor in the box or talk about what they're going to do after the season's over or where he's going to join her on tour. Number 2, she's learning. Now, normally, I am all for people expanding their minds, except when it is to just hurt my feelings. Like, for instance, she learned the other day that Travis Kelce's position is called the tight end. She asked when I played football, was my position called the little flat end? Not only was this hurtful, but it was a sweet chirp. Number 3, she gave me a nickname. Travis Kelce has many nicknames, one of them being the Big Yeti. When my wife learned this, she started calling me the Big Spaghetti, saying that I look like I eat more pasta than he does. Another sweet chirp. Damn you, woman. And number 4, she gets mad when I don't remember things I don't know. Not only is my wife obsessed with Travis and Taylor, she's also obsessed with the entire Kelce family. She asked me the other day when she couldn't recall what Jason Kelce's oldest daughter's name was. And finally, she asked if the losing team in the Super Bowl gets any bowl at all.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Today ain't the day for a hoe to try me.
Laborers leave the shade and quiet of a shop for the sun and fury of a ball ground. They stand and they exercise for hours. They attest that they mean to be men and not machines. Athletic games carry men back to their days of childhood. There is indeed, morally, a home base in all of them, as there is literally in baseball.
Bottom of the 6th we go. Your Atlanta Braves. Take the first pitch. As we lead 4-0. First pitch to Drake Baldwin is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Sinker right down the pipe, 1-1. 1-1 count. It's Jose Castillo now for the left-hander. Pitch on the way, swing, ripped up the middle. That's a worm burner, and the Drake will get on for a leadoff single. Man, it's been a while.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Worm burner right up the middle in between the 4-6 hole. What does that mean? Is Mac as live as he can be? I mean, I guess I can slap you upside the head. That right there will get pretty live. What is he talking about? Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. The 92-mile-an-hour sinker. It looked like it was off the plate. Ozzie takes it for a wide strike 1. It's 0-1. The infield is back into the left. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. Back behind home plate, it's 0-2. Ozzie, by the way, he's got a triple and a double, so he's halfway to the cycle, and he's got the 2 hardest parts done. The 0-2 count. Inside, that got him in the leg. Oh, and he went down. He went down. And they're saying that's a strike, which that's insult to injury. They're calling that a strike. Or at least that was the first indication by home plate umpire Edwin Jimenez. His knee, man, he's laying, I mean, I think it got him right on the kneecap the way he's holding it. His knee was, oh yeah, right there on the front of the kneecap. Man. The top part, for those of y'all who can't see, it's on the top part of the kneecap on the inner cut. Or on the outer cut, excuse me. I think he's coming out of the game. Well, it's hard to tell because they rang him up for a strikeout. They said he went around as the ball hit him in the knee. So you're talking about so he's heading to the dugout. We'll see if he comes back out for defense. Luke Williams looks like he's walking around and getting his glove, might be getting ready to come in to play defense. The training staff is taking a look at him right now. He's sitting in the dugout. Looks like that's George Polis, the head trainer, that's taking a look at him. Michael Harris II hits the pitch up the middle. It goes off the glove of Budo, but into the glove of Lindor. He spins and fires and makes a 6-3 put out. Pretty good defensive play by Lindor, getting the carom off the. It was either the glove or the shoe of Budo that shot it to the right. Runner at first, Drake Baldwin does move down to second, but there are two out. So a really weird inning so far. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. We'll move the screen back so you can see if there's any movement heading towards the plate. Ozzy's walking around on the knee, so I don't know if he's coming out or not. He keeps rubbing that knee as the 0-1. Chops it off his instep. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. If he's gone long term, you wonder if they would bring up Nacho Alvarez or they would go in another direction. He just came off the IL stint. So he's probably just getting his feet under him. The 0-2, down and in, 1-2. 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Inside. 2-2. Seems like Ozzy gets injured every year for about six to 8 weeks. So hopefully he's okay, but nothing would shock me. The 2-2 to Allen. Down and in, full count. Standing on deck is Ronald Acuna Jr. Braves lead it 4-0, trying to tack a few more on and get some insurance. The payoff pitch, swing, chops it down the line, foul. Do it again. I would think Ozzy's okay because he's standing there. And I think what he's doing is he's complaining to Ozuna that they called it a strikeout. So if that's what he's paying attention to, the payoff pitch goes all the way to the backstop. It's going to be ball 4, and Drake Baldwin goes all the way down to third. Nick Allen will go to first, and we've got runners on the corners. But there are two out, and Ronald Acuna Jr. coming to the plate. And they have had an issue with the wild pitch tonight. That's the fourth wild pitch that I have marked down. Acuna, who's 1 for 2, will now come to the plate. Braves lead it 4-0, bottom of the 6th. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Lefty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swing! Fouls it straight back. 93 miles an hour. Right down Main Street. He just missed that one. It's 0-1. He hit that ball straight back to the backstop, and when you see that, you know he just missed timing that up. This place would have come unglued. The 0-1. Inside, 92 almost gets him in the hands. Acuna stares out at Castillo. It's 1-1. Toronto leads Arizona 5-1. They're in the 6th in Toronto. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, chase a slider down and in. 1-2. Phillies 4-1 over the Marlins in the 9th. Rockies and Nationals have finally gotten underway after a long rain delay. It's 0-0 in the 3rd. The 1-2. Misses high. They're going to call a high strike. Good night, Irene. Edwin Jimenez having a tough night behind the plate. Backwards K will head to the top of the 7th, leading 4-0.
Telling you to shut up because I have to concentrate what the hell I'm doing.
I can't hear you.
Well, bull.
You have to talk loud. Why did I move to Los Angeles? That's an excellent question, darling, and I'm going to hit you with the cold hard truth. The fact of the matter is, I simply couldn't cut it in Ohio. Yes, that's right, darling. Everyone knows that thousands upon thousands flock every year to Ohio to pursue their dreams of becoming a big star. And unfortunately, I just couldn't cut the mustard. Yes, I could have purchased a 5-bedroom home on acres of land for $1.75, but no, I would prefer to spend an obscene amount of money on an apartment with popcorn ceilings. That's what I really love, darling, and I also really love sitting in traffic for hours at a time just to go 1.5 miles. That's the dream. I've had to let Ohio go. But if one day Ohio called, I'm not going to lie, darling, I'd be on the next flight out. They do have flights to Ohio, right? I'm pretty sure they do. Electricity? Sure, why not? Ohio, all the way.
Mattingly's talent and his tireless work ethic continued to lift his stock. And in the spring of 1982, he was invited to his first big league training camp. He was 20 years old.
Going to camp, I remember, I knew I wasn't making that team. I hadn't even played in AAA yet. But at the end of that year, I got called up. New York just kind of scared me. Coming from here, pulling into the stadium and living in that area, it was a big city. And so that part I was never really comfortable with. But I always felt like the field I was comfortable with.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go on.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves lead this one 4-0. Brandon Nimmo set to lead this one off. So you got the 5, 6, 7 batters of the New York Mets. Chris Sale fires the first pitch, 94-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball right there on the edge. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. 94 off the plate. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. We're going to reset the screen real quick because it looks like it's falling behind again. Braves 4, Mets nothing. The 2-0 pitch. 93 right there on the intercut. 2-1. You will definitely see Brandon Nimmo try to work the count, trying to get a board here. The 2-1 pitch. 95 at the knees, 2-2. He didn't like the call. Might have been a touch below. Two count. Pitch on the way. 79-mile-an-hour slider up and in. Full count. The full count from Sale. Brings it. Swing. Slices it foul. Do it again. Braves 4, Mets nothing. Top of the 7th inning. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Number 6 on the day for Chris Sale. 1 down. Good pitch on the inner cut there. Six strikeouts. With 1 out here in the 7th, his 87th pitch. This will be number 88. Torrens, the batter, first pitch on the way, swung on, lifted high and down the line. Out of play, it's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 95 up top, it's 0-2. 0-2 count. Spencer Strider on the bump tomorrow. Infield back and to the left right now. The 0-2. Try to get and chase that slider just down and away off the edge. So 1-2 count. Pitch 91. Brings it. Swing, hits it up the middle. Allen's got it, flips it to first. And it's a 6-3 putout, 2 down. 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. And Tyrone Taylor will be the batter. Taylor 0 for 2 on the day. Couple of hard-hit flyouts. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Slider at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, lifts it, and that's going to get into center field. Down for a base hit. 2-out single for the Mets here in the top of the 7th. Sale only at 93 pitches. Hopefully Snicker doesn't make the same mistake he made the other day with Grant Holmes. That was the exact spot he was in the game there. And they took Holmes out of the game, and the next thing you know, the floodgates opened. Jeff McNeil, the batter. First pitch on the way. Swing, chops it over to second. Ozzy's got it. Flips it over to first, and that'll end the inning. So, they get 1 on, but that's about it. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch, Braves country. Chris Sale is cruising against the Mets.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the top. Find me something up and crack down. I don't care if I have to get back on the street.
I don't know what the entire conversation was, but that thing you see on the screen there made me laugh like hell. Arms have ACLs, not just Acuna's knees. Braves lead it 4-0. We'll grab the sticks. Alex Verdugo, the batter. So the 2-3-4 batters, Verdugo, Riley, and Olson. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it back. 0-2. Man, they've got Diddy dressed up like he's... they've got Blooper dressed up like he's heading to a Diddy party. I don't know what in the heck that's about. Got an open robe and everything. The 0-2. Swing, slaps it down the left field line, fouling out of play. Do it again. He's got a wide open robe. He's not wearing anything else. He's got some kind of a chain. I don't know what that... I couldn't make out the emblem. 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Down and away, 1-2. Brian, he may not be oiled up, but I feel like he's got some oil in the pockets of that robe. Something's going on there, man. It's getting creepy on the top of that dugout. That's all I know. 1-2 count. Adcock is the batter. Ball is fisted down the third base line. We'll do it again. Mets don't have anyone warming up in the bullpen as Adcock comes into the game. So Ty Adcock, I would believe, the seventh inning is his come hell or high water. The 1-2, swing, slaps it down the left field line, going back at the wall, making the catch is Brandon Nimmo, one away. Gave that a ride. I think Alex Verdugo's got to be at the point where he's like, man, what is it going to take for me to get a home run in this place? When he first came up to the Braves from AAA several weeks ago, he had a couple that smashed off the brick wall, and I thought he was going to get him then, and he hasn't really gotten those types of swings. That one right there is probably the longest one he's hit in a while. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball off the plate to Austin Riley. It's 1-0. He's 0 for 2 with the walk. Popped out on the first pitch he saw last at bat, the 1-0. Swing, pops it up. Another at bat given away. Coming in, making the easy catch is Soto. 2 down. Two down. Matt Olson will be the batter. The only reason why Olson is not hitting third is because they like to do the righty-lefty thing. But honestly, he deserves to hit higher in the order. As the first pitch on the way, it's a slider off the plate. It's 1-0. Seems like he gets bigger at bats in the game and comes through than most of the other guys on the offense not named Acuna. The 1-0, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. He had some incredible run they were showing this morning. Like 10 of his last 12 games, he's had an RBI. The 1-1, outside wide, 2-1. 2-1 count. Braves lead at 4-0, but you'd like some insurance here. I mean, come on, Braves. The 2-1 in the dirt, 3-1. This Mets offense is one of the better ones in baseball in 2025. They're not going to stay silent forever. 3-1 count to Olson. Infield back and to the right. Adcock releases. Pitch, swing, pops it up. It's going to head down the left field line, but foul and out of play. Full count now to Matt Olson. Adcock. Payoff pitch. Brings it. Swing. That ball sliced down the line. Foul. We'll do it again. The 3-2 from Adcock. Swing. Another foul ball. Slices a four-seam fastball. Out of play. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The payoff. Swing! That ball's belted high and deep. Going back. On the track. Zip, boo, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong. A solo shot. His 15th of the year. 45th RBI.
Hello from Plank Road Field. Smooth as it gets.
Ice House. Always smooth, never watered down.
We must win today. Losing is not an option.
412 happy feet, and your Atlanta Braves take a 5-0 lead. 108 miles an hour off the bat. That ball went deep into the ice, into the chop house. A hanger, a banger. First pitch on the way to Ozuna is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, slices it foul. Down the line, out of play. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Righty-righty matchup, the 0-2. Swing, slices it foul. We'll do it again. Blue Jays lead the Diamondbacks 7-1, so there's good news on that front. We're looking at the wild card standings. Royals 4-3 over the Rangers as the 0-2 misses high and outside, 1-2. Good take by Ozuna, that was close. Orioles 8-4 over the Rays in the fourth. Twins 1-0 over the Reds in the first. The good news on that front. The 1-2. Swing. Fists it back foul. We'll do it again. Yankees and Angels tied at 2. They're in the 8th. Rockies and Nationals tied 0-0. There were 3 games postponed today because of weather. Pirates, Tigers, Cardinals, White Sox, and Brewers, Cubs. The 1-2, down and away, 2-2. Man, that was a tough slider to lay off of, but he did. The 2-2 count. Adcock brings it. Swing. Slices it back foul. Braves 5, Mets 0. Bottom of the 7th. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider maybe a touch below the zone, but too close to take. That'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Get a solo shot from the Ice House. We'll be back in a flash.
People often ask, what's What's the best way to handle a manager who sits on their phone all day and complains about work not being done? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
Get your ass up and show us how it's done then, B!
I'm not going to stay silent any longer. The following groups of people need to be deported immediately. People who ride tandem bicycles. Couples who share email or social media accounts. People who say yummy or delicious about anything other than food. Anyone who says lovemaking. Disney adults. Couples who sit on the same side of the booth. People who do that how old do I look thing.
You play real good, you start. You don't play as good, you work your way back in. It's the American way, except America has gotten soft. And so I apologize to nobody for that.
Hi, I'm Albert Pujols with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Consider that in each of his first 9 seasons, Pujols has hit over 300 with more than 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. The only man in history ever to do so. That's remarkable.
Pujols smokes it! Way out of here, and the Cardinals win it!
He has a small man's swing, and he has a big man's power.
Pujols has given St. Louis the lead! A dramatic, towering 3-run home run!
When you watch that guy hit, you start thinking someone could throw 120 miles an hour, and Albert Pujols would not have trouble getting around on it.
It's a gunner! A gunner!
He's just got one of those swings that's naturally made to hit a baseball.
Albert Pujols is 5 for 5 with 3 home runs.
Pujols is a perennial all-star and a multiple MVP award winner.
Albert Pujols, you talk about a most valuable player.
Black people from the hood kill me because I'm not requesting. I'm saying that they name their kids either something really old, like Ezekiel, or something that nobody has ever heard before.
Welcome back. Chris Sale will go back to work. See how long they leave him out there. First pitch on the way. It swung on and lifted in a center. Easy catch by Michael Harris II. 1 pitch, 1 out. We'll take that all day long. 1 away. Sale sitting at 95 pitches now. We'll go back to the top of the order. Francisco Lindor, who's 0 for 3, stands at the plate. First pitch on the way. Fastball right there. Kisses the black on the inner cut. It's 0-1. Lindor 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. The 0-1 swing. Slices a hanging curveball, or slider, excuse me. Down the right field line, it's 0-2. 0-2 count. On deck is Marte. The 0-2. 94 out of the zone, 1-2. Dylan Lee is warming up in the pen. One, two. Brings it. Swing, rips it down the line. We'll do it again. If you're wondering why Lee is warming up in the pen and not Iglesias like they have been doing, it's probably because Soto is due up in 2 batters. So they're looking at it as if there's runners on base and Soto comes to the plate, they probably will pull him. The 1-2. Swing, chops it over to Olsen. He's got it. Flips it to Sale, and it's a 3-1 put out, 2 down. But Chris Sale, he's at 100 pitches, but hopefully they let him go the rest of this inning. Remember, he's had 2 extra days off. He probably wants to go for the complete game, to be honest with you. I just don't know if they'll let him do it. Now they've got Iglesias and Dylan Lee showing in the bullpen, so I guess it'll come down to what the situation is, if it's a righty or lefty. First pitch on the way to Marte, 95p at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Sale comes set. Brings it. Swing. Pops it up. And that's going to end the inning. Ronald Acuna Jr. gets underneath it. 1, 2, 3. Chris Sale absolutely dealing in Atlanta 8 shutty versus the Metropolitans. All aboard.
Whoa, whoa. For f***'s sake, the Nigerians are drinking us under the table. Nigeria now consumes more Guinness than Ireland and the UK. This is a disgusting fall from grace for the Irish people. There are 5 million healthy drinking age Irish people and only 240 million Nigerians. That means we can't even do the drinking of 50 men anymore. It's no wonder Irish people can't get a decent paying job anymore when we lack the basic skills our grandparents were born with. Now look at us, 35, having a cocktail after work like we're Spaniards.
For 13 straight years, from 1929 through 41, Jimmy Fox drove in more than 100 runs, still an MLB record, while playing for both the Philadelphia A's and the Red Sox. It's no wonder they called him the Beast.
Fox was the strongest man I ever saw. He had arms like a blacksmith.
He loved to show his upper arms because the muscles were just popping out, and he was just a physical presence that really intimidated a lot of the pitchers of his time.
Jimmy was powerful, and when he hit a ball, it's just like a golf ball taking off. He hit the ball so hard sometimes it would flutter like a knuckleball.
Oh, you hit a line drive at me, I'm trying to get away from it. Ball hit me here, I went that way, the glove went that way, vicious.
Fox hit 534 home runs in his career, and his 1,922 RBIs is the 4th most by any first baseman. Jimmy's Hall of Fame resume speaks volumes. 2 batting titles, 3 MVP awards, a career .325 average, and he's one of 2 first basemen ever to win a season's Triple Crown.
Jimmy Fox wasn't just great, he was one of the 10 best hitters in baseball history. He's one of the best hitters ever.
You know, when I say good night, I mean good night to you. I'm going to still be up there.
Justin Garza coming on. He's pitched in 3 games. He has a 0.00 ERA. The right-hander set to face Drake Baldwin. Ozzie Albies. Michael Harris. First pitch on the way is a cutter inside. 1-0. So I guess Ozzie's okay with that knee. We haven't seen a peep about it. I've been looking for it online. I haven't seen anything real brought in. As the 1-0 misses inside, 2-0. Chris Sale just gave Snicker the nod. Snicker was asking Sale, "You still got some in the tank?" And he said, "Absolutely." So we're going to get to see Chris Sale go for a complete game shutty. I love it. 2-1 count to Baldwin. Pitch on the way. Swing, chops it over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 put out. 1 away. Baldwin stumbled a bit. It appears to be okay, but you don't like to see that. I'm not sure what happened there. 1 up, 1 down. You'd love to see a couple of bonus runs here to really put the padding on, so if they do have to pull Sale, you don't even have to use one of the back of the pen guys. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is inside. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0. Bet he's thinking, what are you trying to do, get my other knee? 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swung on, chops it over to second. 4-3 put out. 2 down. Chris Sale has thrown 102 pitches. He has 76 strikes. And remember, he had the extra 2 days off. So this isn't crazy sending him back out there for an extra inning of work. I think if he lets somebody get on, that'll probably be it. That kind of thing. But man, what a huge deal this would be for not to have to use the pen at all in this game. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris II is a slider bang foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. Back out of play. 0-2. In the 9th inning, it'll be the middle of the order for the Mets. Soto, Alonso, Nimmo. The 0-2 swung on, chops that over to second. Well, if nothing else, Chris Sale didn't get any rest over there on the bench. 1, 2, 3. We went down in order quick. We'll be back in a flash. Can Chris Sale do the damn thing? We'll be back here on Braves Country.
They're going to choke on the wrapper.
I don't give a about these ducks.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but ordering delicious food when your wife is not at home is basically cheating. So just a heads up.
Big news, I learned something new from the youth today that I would like to share with you. New terminology that they're using, you might be aware of it. I, for one, was not aware of it. That is the term fine shite. Girls were standing around my desk and one of them referenced a fine shite. Naturally, I did have a follow-up question, and that question was, what?
On June 2nd, 1925, Lou Gehrig replaced an ailing Wally Pipp at first base for the New York Yankees. He'd proceed to set an unprecedented standard for consistency and durability. Gehrig went on to play 2,130 games in a row, a streak that earned him a nickname befitting his feat.
And to give you the name the Iron Horse, that is a tribute to what you represented to your teammates.
From 1926 to 1937, Lou Gehrig was as dominant a force as baseball has ever seen.
Gehrig was a savage hitter, and not necessarily a pull hitter. Gehrig was known to hit the most ferocious line drives in all directions.
Gehrig posted numbers that were off the charts. A lifetime .340 hitter. He won 3 home run titles, won the Triple Crown in 1934, and was a 2-time MVP. He was a finely tuned RBI machine who finished 5 shy of 2,000. The most runs driven in among first basemen in the modern era.
Gehrig was one of the most prolific RBI men in baseball history. Drove in 175, 174, 184, which still is the American League record.
Of course, Lou's career and life were cut short by the terminal disease that now bears his name. But his greatness on the field and his courage in the face of death will never be forgotten.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Money doesn't buy happiness, cool, but it would buy me takeout every day, and that would make me the opposite of sad.
All aboard! Whoa! All aboard! Whoa! Welcome back. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball inside to Soto, high and inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0 lefty-lefty matchup. Whoa, nasty slider spun him around 1-1. Juan Soto was bailing out of the batter's box. Trying to speed this thing back up. He keeps losing it. The 1-1. Slider down and away, 2-1. So a 2-1 count to Soto. Sale up over 100 pitches at 105. The 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Iglesias is warmed up. Alonso is on deck. So the first sign of trouble, they're probably going to go grab him. I know Sale wanted the complete game shutty. The last thing you want to do is have him spin out of control, and the next thing you know, the Mets are back in this one. The 3-1. Fastball right down the pipe. 3-2. 3-2 count. Lonzo on deck, Nimmo in the hole. The payoff from Sale. Swing, chops it. A diving play by Sale. He fires it to first. Holy cow. Get the cape out. Superman is in the building. Wow. What an incredible play by Chris Sale. The ball was chopped towards his way. He backhanded it, dove, makes the play, jumps to his knees and guns him down at first. My God. I've seen a lot of things. I've never seen that. Not at a pitcher who's over 100 pitches and on the backside of 30. Wow, man. This was something else. Good night, Irene. This is his longest outing since 2019. Pete Alonso, the batter. I mean, I think if you're a Met, you're probably just out there just tipping your cap going, all right, fair enough. First pitch on the way. 94-mile-an-hour fastball misses outside wide. It's 1-0. Man, oh man alive, was that fun to watch. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 92 up top. It's 1-1. Only way that could be better is if he finishes off the night with 2 punchies. 1-1 count. Chris Sale brings it. Swing. Slaps it down the line. Fouling out of play. 1-2. Braves 5, Mets nothing. Top of the 9th, 1 out. The 1-2 from Sale. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. We're halfway there. His 7th strikeout of the night. Holy Toledo. He is 1 out away from a shutout. He's only walked 1. He struck out 7. He has scattered 4 hits. And he has looked Cy Sale as much tonight as he ever did at any point last year. First pitch on the way to Nimmo. Swing, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Mets down to the last out. Lefty-lefty matchup. Brendan Nimmo 0-for-2 on the night. He did draw a walk. Kicks and fires. Swing, fouls it straight back. 96 on the inner cut. It's 0-2. He is still bringing it upper 90s on every fastball / sinker. So an 0-2 count. The Braves fans are at their feet, willing Chris Sale on. The 0-2. Slider just misses down and away. Nimmo held up. 1-2. What a dramatic way. It almost feels like you got to have a strikeout to finish the game. This game has been unbelievable by Chris Sale. The 1-2 pitch brings it. Swing, chops it down the left field line. Just fair. It's going to be hit down the left field line. Riley makes a sliding stop and holds Nimmo to 1 base. Out. Snicker the putz is bringing him out of the game. What a dope. All right, we'll be back in a flash. You got to let him finish that game off. He just doesn't know how to lead men. We'll be back.
like to say anything, because I'm a class act.
Chris Sale spun a gem, and Brian Snicker snatched a complete game shutout out of his hands. Unbelievably pathetic. Iglesias is going to come on to try to get that final out. And you're sitting at the bottom of the order. Torrens is the batter. That's the other thing. He's facing Luis Torrens. If he gave up the next hit, I'd say, I understand. You got to save this game. But he's just not good at reading the room. First pitch on the way to Iglesias, to Torrens, is what I'm trying to say, is a strike banged down the third base line. It's 0-1. It's just like something like that can catapult a team when you're trying to lead men. The 0-1 swing, comebacker up the middle. Ozzie has it, flips it to Allen. Allen toe taps the second base back, and that'll end the game. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. I think there's no doubt about it. Chris Sale gets the game ball, and it wasn't particularly close. I mean, holy cow. Tip of the cap to Ronald Acuna Jr. getting his 8th home run of the year. You also had good contributions by Matt Olson, who slammed his 15th home run of the year and went 2 for 4. Ozzie Albies goes 2 for 4 with the run scored, and your Atlanta Braves climb a little closer. They put another one in the win column, and we're going to go for something they call a sweep against the New York Mets with Spencer Strider on the mound tomorrow. He'll be on normal rest, and hopefully he can give us a good game. It won't be easy. Clay Holmes, see if they still have him scheduled. But as of the other day, it was Clay Holmes getting the ball for the final game of the series, and that's exactly what it is. Clay Holmes, if you're not familiar with him, he's got an ERA below 3, just like the man that pitched tonight, Chris Sale. So he's not going to be easy to hit. Hopefully Spencer Strider can look something like he did against the Rockies the other day. We'll see you tomorrow night. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. Chris Sale gets the game ball.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
To the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me